Hello everyone, my name is Annette Bishopt and I have worked with outdoor studies in culture and nature facilitation at the University of Southeastern Norway since 1993. The focus of my work has been on the human relationship to nature and nature connectedness, the nature experience, how important nature is to us, and how nature can be used pedagogically in different contexts: health, rehabilitation, education, management, and tourism. Currently, I'm working as head of Center for Sustainability Transition at USN. I have been given some questions to answer in 10 minutes, so this will be a very fast track. The first question: in your PhD, you have written that humans encounter nature with different approaches. Could you please explain that? And in this regard, what the health benefits of being in nature could be? To the first one, humans are different and the result of a lifelong shaping of the body biologically, culturally, and socially, which means that we experience things differently. Yet there are some commonalities. My research has identified 4 different approaches to nature, 3 that seems to divide us, and 1 we have in common. The first one, the bodily, physically opposed. Here the focus is directed towards our physical abilities. It is a good, strenuous, hard work to sweat and struggle that provides the opening for a good experience in nature and the satisfaction of being outdoors. Activities are physical, require endurance, coordination, and the like. For example, climbing, cycling, canoeing, sailing, etc. Then we have the knowledge and understanding-based approach. It is characterized by genuine curiosity, the interest in how nature is connected or how the landscape has been used at different times through history. The focus is to a high degree on discovering and understanding what one sees: landscapes, cultural traces, plants, animals, birds, rock types, and so on. Then we've got the aesthetical approach. This is characterized by the person focusing on shapes, colors, textures, lights, lines, and rhythms in the landscape. One, for example, notices the flowers' colors and the interplay with the environment, or the shapes of the rock and how they interact with the ocean. Nature is a story. And through the aesthetic dimensions, the relationship is created and the experience gets depth. These are people who like to walk slow and to sit down, look and think. Then the last, that seems to be common to all of us, is the emotion and spirituality-based approach. This is common for all, and naturally with some variations in how this was expressed. Some put it as the relationship and experience of the spiritual dimensions of nature, to be part of a whole, a power greater than myself. It could be God, it could be the universe. Others expressed it as a meditative experience, a rhythm that connects us to nature, being part of nature. And the next question was the health benefits. And I would say it depends on our understanding. Health and benefits. If we see health as more than lack of illness, could we then introduce an understanding of health based on the profound feeling of joy in life? Movement, being able to move, use my body, experience the world with my body. Mastery, coping with the different challenges, both small and big. And then the last one, freedom. The genuine feeling of freedom to be exactly who you are and being able to fulfill the important dreams you have in life. In my research, different aspects that can be connected to the experience of quality of life emerged. It's a long list. that in many ways point at the possible outcomes of friluftsliv or outdoor recreation. The most profound seems to be a deep feeling of joy and happiness, being content with life. But all of these qualities are important in the complex picture of our relation to nature. So it's joy, it's a sense of wholeness, it's both being and doing. It's a resonance from our childhood, it's place connectedness, community, being together and being alone. It is the inner atmosphere, it's expectations that are important. It's the rhythm, it's both time and intensity, it's the landscape, and it's the perspectives that it brings us. On to the second question. The second question, to use nature in different parts of our society, such as healthcare system, some argue that we need more scientific evidence. But is it even possible to measure something that complex as the benefits of being in nature? It is a complexity. You take the most complex phenomena we know of. Nature with all its diversity, habitat types, coherence, ecosystems, and then you combine it with culture, politics, values, tradition, nature management, and then you add the human relation to nature and outdoor activities that are the largest and most complex of all our leisure activities. And then you ask, what is the evidence? And just to complete, of course, you add the fleeting elements, the light, the temperature, the moist, the fog, the rain, the wonders of the day when you're out. The complexity is striking, and it should be obvious that the call for evidence in research are demanding, because we will never quite know if what happened was because of or despite the different elements in the situation we study. When we ask for evidence, we must also ask what evidence means. For me, the empirical work implies directing my attention towards a complex meshwork of human life as lived. The process of explanation must testify not only the entanglement of things natural and things socio-cultural, but also the entwinement of analytic perspective and lived life. Therefore, my aim has always been to understand deeper, not to postulate some kind of evidence. So what kind of evidence are we talking about? What can be measured and what cannot be measured? So, in my opinion, we should aim for a deeper understanding. The third question, now that you're working as head of Center for Sustainability Transition at USN, so the last question is, are there any connection between being in nature and our willingness to adopt a more sustainable lifestyle? Connection between being in nature and sustainable life? The short answer, the very short answer is no. Outdoor recreation is widely believed to promote environmentally responsible behavior and sustainable lifestyle. However, we have no solid research that supports this assumption. Conversely, the outdoor field seems to be full of paradoxes. Equipment, travels, etc. are not at all sustainable, but we still buy more equipment and travel more and further away to seek out exciting places and new activities. A Norwegian study by Jannike Høyem finds that environmentally responsible behavior is preconditioned by the reflection on the relationship between people and nature, and that outdoor recreation alone does not necessarily promote reflection. So we can be outside, we can be outdoors, we can be in nature, we can love being in nature, but if we do not add reflection and deep reflections on the relationship between people and nature, we will get nowhere. Her results suggest that it's important to distinguish between outdoor recreation and reflection on the human-nature relationship, where only the latter is related to environmental responsible behavior. And that was my 10 minutes. If any of you wants to ask questions or follow up, you can reach me on email, for example. All the best.